Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
It's a bad situation that's gotten worse. The people of Ukraine, already hit hard by warfare, now suffering from a dam collapse. Tonight, why a Ukrainian refugee living right here in San Antonio says she fears for the worst.
Starting from Memorial Day to the end of summer, Labor Day, that's our Super Bowl.
Plane traffic taking off. The San Antonio International Airport has seen an increase in travel so far this year. What to know before you depart to your next destination. But first, we're going to begin with the rising temperatures here in South Texas.
That's right. Our meteorologist Adam Caskey is standing by with the latest. Adam.
Yeah, we're cranking up the heat. Now, today actually could have been a little hotter than we got because the morning clouds stuck around. They were more stubborn than usual, so that limited our heating a little bit. We got up to 95 for our high temperature, which is 3 degrees above average, the record being 101 set back in 1998. And that morning low of 78, so high and above average because of this really thick humidity. Other high temperatures today, Cotulla topped out at 109, Laredo 110. You get to Dryden around Big Bend area, 105, but locally we were mostly in the mid to upper 90s. Now tomorrow, another day well into the 90s for highs, even near 100 for some places, but we're going to turn up the heat a little bit more. We'll talk about that, how long it's going to last, along with why it was so hazy today. We're going to get into that in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Adam. With anticipation of higher temperatures and a rise in electrical demand, ERCOT issuing a weather watch to stay on top of the power grid status. From June 15th to the 21st in particular, ERCOT's asking Texans to monitor grid condition updates throughout their website, plan ahead to reduce energy use, and look at the power supply and demand forecast. They're also, they say, despite all of this, they're not anticipating power outages this summer.
Okay, so now we have to talk about CPS because since the days are getting hotter, CPS is telling people to do this, conserve. So it's released something called the energy conservation levels. They're color coded depending on the day, and they have some tips to help you save energy. We have a full breakdown of what each of those colors mean. Just look for this article on KSAT.com.
And for some of us, we have no choice. You have to wonder about the people who are outside working in this heat.
Hey, feel for them. The Labor Department's Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, says that nearly 3 out of 4 heat illness deaths happened during the first heat wave of the season. So workers basically need to build tolerance to this heat.
Here's what they suggest. Take a water break every 15 minutes and rest in a shaded or cool spot. Train workers to spot signs of heat exposure and how to prevent heat-related illnesses.
Our slogan is water, rest, and shade, which is just a good rule of thumb to stay hydrated and don't use those energy drinks to stay hydrated. Water and sports drinks. Have your time to rest and recuperate. Don't, feel ashamed to need that time.
No, it's really important to know that. Now, since 2018 to today, OSHA has conducted more than 500 heat-related inspections in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. If you want to report any unsafe working conditions, you can call OSHA at 1-800-321-6742.
It has been 1 week since a major dam collapse in southern Ukraine forced mass evacuations. Thousands of people, as you see from this picture, are living in what Ukrainian officials are calling the danger zone, homes and communities underwater. And a
Ukrainian refugee living right here in San Antonio tells the Night Team's Lee Waldman that she's afraid that when she tries to go back, she won't have a home to go back to.
I'm from Ukraine, Kherson region, Oleshki city.
But for 10 months, Olena Romenko has lived in San Antonio, her homeland, her family, her life, all devastated by war.
Her husband is in Crimea right now. He was captured at the beginning of the war by Russian troops because he tried to help Ukrainian soldiers.
Now a dam collapse has forced the city she grew up in, Oleshki, underwater. Romenko says her mother is still there.
She thought that water will arrive more, and she swam in our neighbor house 4 floors.
Romenko says her mother is safe now, but there's no electricity, no help coming in, and bodies floating in the street. Friend and translator Olenko Bravo says the dam collapse is causing an ecological disaster.
It's like a bomb, but bomb that slowly but surely becoming more and more and more dangerous. Huge problem. Ecocide, genocide, starvation.
Growing up near this dam, Romenko says the collapse and subsequent flooding was something they prepared for in school, but not something she thought she'd see living in a world away.
She always knew about the danger that might come, but she never believed it would happen. It was like a bad dream.
When Romenko came to the United States through a Ukrainian refugee program, she had hopes of going back someday, reuniting with her husband and brother who was fighting on the front lines. But she fears there will be nothing left.
Everything is it's destroyed. It will take years to rebuild houses, to rebuild ecosystem, to put electricity.
Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
Monko has a bakery here. It's called Pashina Pastry. It's off of Hildebrand. She says that in order to help her brother, who's on the front lines there in Ukraine, she's raising money through sales and donations to eventually send to him for supplies. We have a lot of those details for you on our website, ksat.com.
Just into our newsroom a short time ago, an active Amber Alert has been issued for a missing teenager. Police are looking for 14-year-old Jamira Straughter.
She's been reported missing in Princeton, Texas, which is just northeast of Dallas, about 4.5 hours away from us. Officers are also looking for the suspect, 34-year-old Lee Carter III. He was last seen driving a 2014 black Mercedes E35 with the following Texas license plate, RNS 2973. And you can get a good look at it right there on your screen. If you know anything about where these two people are, you can call Princeton Police at the number. It's there on top of the license plate on your screen. It's 972-736-3901. Switching gears here, enrollment for most school districts in the region decreased during the pandemic. But here's the thing, numbers in the SAISD were actually dropping long before that, and now the district is trying to change that.
Yeah, Superintendent Jaime Aquino actually sent district staff a video message today detailing some possible plans to reverse the effects of losing thousands of students over the last decade. One solution, he says, could be a study of school building capacity. Aquino noted that schools aren't full and those are more expensive to operate, and that district leadership is tired of waiting and seeing what could happen.
We want your input and the input of our community before any decisions are made. Your voices and the voices of our students and their families need and will be heard.
Aquino stressed to staff to not worry about job security. There would be no changes before the fall, he said. He also promised transparency throughout this process, no matter what happens.
Come back and get a property tax deal done. That is the message that Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is pushing to Texas House lawmakers.
It's been 2 weeks since the House passed its version of the property tax bill and adjourned the special session. But that legislation is at odds with the Senate's plan for the $17.6 billion earmarked for property tax cuts.
Now, the Lieutenant Governor says that he's just not interested in the House's version.
Well, I have a message for Dade Phelan and the House and anyone else in the Capitol who wants to listen. The Texas Senate and I will not pass a bill that gives $17.6 billion and spreads it across homeowners and all businesses.
The Senate's version of the bill would spend 70% of the earmarked funds on lower taxes for all property owners. 30% would increase the Texas homestead exemption, giving homeowners a bigger cut.
Now, the governor has supported the House's plan to use state funding to reduce school property taxes, and that would reduce taxes for all property owners. That includes commercial owners who don't live in the state. However, the Texas Tribune is reporting that the governor may be open to a compromise. But if House lawmakers don't return to Austin, there's a chance that nothing is going to make it to Governor Abbott's desk by the end of the 30-day special session. Yeah, the governor has been very open about the fact he will continue to call special sessions until both chambers can reach a deal. An unprecedented day in U.S. history. Former President Donald Trump becoming the first former president to be arrested and arraigned on federal criminal charges. Now, his attorney entered a not guilty plea to all 37 counts in his federal indictment in Miami this afternoon.
The prosecutors say he mishandled classified documents, some top secret national defense information among them. Some charges the former president faces carry decades of prison time if he is convicted. But a federal court appearance did not stop the former president from campaigning to get his old job back. Hours after being arrested and fingerprinted, Trump was at his club in Bedminster, New Jersey, maintaining his innocence to a group of supporters who were there.
Today we witnessed the most evil and heinous abuse of power in the history of our country.
A lot of people don't necessarily agree with the former president, by the way. Trump isn't allowed to speak with any witnesses about the case except through legal counsel.
Time now for your Nightbeat news flash. We'll start with this. The trial for a San Antonio man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend back in 2019 began today. That's Brian Ontiveros. He's facing a murder charge after investigators say that he shot and killed Marissa Jernigan, who's also the mother of his child. U.S. Marshals say that he fled to Mexico. That's where they found him March of last year. If he's convicted, Ontiveros could spend the rest of his life behind bars. A man is dead tonight after a construction accident. It happened this morning in Westover Hills on the far west side. A person working at the site told KSAT that the worker died after the ground around a manhole sunk in and he fell. Fire officials say the man fell about 15 feet. Now, we don't know the man's name yet, but the Bexar County medical examiner said that he was 51 years old. And that's a look at your Nightbeat news flash.
Did you notice the smoky skies in the city today? You were probably not alone. Where at least part of that haze came from. Coming up.
All right, you know this. You look around everywhere, more people are traveling, and that means that the San Antonio airport is going to be very busy this summer. Actually, Sunday marked the second busiest day for U.S. security checkpoints this year, second only to the Friday before Labor Day. Now let's talk about San Antonio because passenger travel is up at the airport compared to this time last year.
About a year ago, San Antonio Airport was about at 16,000 travelers. Right now, we're seeing about 19,000 travelers a day. And for July 4th, we expect that number to be even greater. So our message to travelers is get here early.
Ooh, and you have 3 weeks to plan. Yeah, July 4th is 3 weeks from today. The Transportation Security Administration recommends that you should arrive 2 hours before domestic flights, 3 hours before international flights. Now, if you're planning to fly, keep in mind that early mornings are the busiest, especially on Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays are also pretty busy days for airport security.
All right. Did you notice that haze? San Antonio seems to be a smoky city. Look at it. The haze blanketing the city today was at least in part funneled up from Mexico, courtesy of some agricultural burns. The atmosphere wasn't completely smoky, though. The haze comprised of smoke and low-lying clouds and added humidity in the atmosphere. Agricultural burns happen every year in Mexico. The smoke will stick with us through the week at least. The burning should wind down soon. And this is where I turn to Adam Caskey to give us a little bit more of the scientific explanation for why we're seeing this haze that we're seeing.
Yes, and actually there wasn't a lot of smoke in the air, but there was some, and it was high up.
Contributed, right.
And that contributed along with the high humidity, and it really made it look extra hazy outside. And I even had my friend Bill contact me. He was on a Falls City, say, hey, no, I can smell smoke. Well, I'm going to get to that as well in a moment. First, let's take a look at the NASA GEOS 5 satellite imagery. And on this map, the light greens indicate smoke. There are some agricultural fires in parts of Mexico, and the low-level winds are steering some of that smoke our way. Not a whole lot of it, but higher aloft in our atmosphere. You see those wind contours where the wind's coming from, steering some of it our way. So we have some higher up in the air, but our air quality here at the ground really wasn't abnormal for this time of year. It briefly got into the category where it's moderate and not, and maybe noticeable for very sensitive folks, but nothing abnormal. The real smoke still up in Canada with those Canadian wildfires. Here's another contribution to the haze that we had today, a strong temperature inversion. What's that? Well, basically our atmosphere is inverted. So typically, normally, temperature gets colder as you go higher in the sky, not with an inversion. the temperature actually warms up as you get higher. So you get this layer of warmer air up above us. And what that does is it traps all those particulates. And say you're in a rural area or you're outside the city, somebody has a brush fire going, you're more likely to smell that smoke because the smoke doesn't just rise up and dissipate higher in the sky. That warm layer, that inversion, actually traps the smoke and spreads it out in the low levels, so you're more likely to smell it and notice it, opposed to a day you don't have one of those inversions. The same goes for even just smog and any kind of pollutants. When you have that strong inversion, the warmer temperatures above us traps it all closer to the ground. But again, our air quality here at the ground wasn't abnormally bad. All right, here's our pattern. We had some storms up in the Panhandle and North and East Texas. That's good to see, some rain for some folks, but we're too close to the Big Blue H, the upper level high. That's going to stay parked overhead, influencing our weather for the days ahead. Our humidity, it's going to be here but for several more days, but start to fall off a little bit later this week and into the weekend. 86 with a dew point of 76. Very sticky. Feels like it's 96. Add 10 degrees to the air temperature, and that's the feels like. Hondo 87, Pleasanton 85. Cotulla still at 92 and 84 right now in Uvalde. But when you factor in that humidity, even at this hour, it feels like it's triple digits farther south down I-35. This is about as muggy as it gets around here, and usually it just gets that way at night and in the morning, but we still have the humidity during the afternoon when typically it would drop because we're not getting the mixing. We have that strong inversion. We're not getting the mixing, and we have all of our soil moisture, which is adding to our mugginess because of recent rain. I'll take the recent rain. I just don't like the humidity afterward. Cooler air in North Texas. There's actually a boundary, so those folks in basically the northern quarter of the state not feeling the heat. It's not everybody. 78 in the morning with the low clouds. They'll burn off again by the afternoon and make it to 98. Southeasterly wind at 10 to 15. Humid all day long. Del Rio 100 tomorrow. Carrizo Springs 103. We get to about 97 Lavernia and 97 in the Lackland area. And then you look ahead to our high temperatures and we'll get above 100. We're expecting low 100s by Thursday all the way through the weekend. Father's Day, Juneteenth, it's summer, and we're going to string them together, it looks like, the triple digit days.
Thank you, Adam. So something new.
Okay.
It's not often that we have a legend from one sport coming forward with advice for a potential legend.
Yeah, so you're
Another
talking
sport.
about Terry Bradshaw.
Yep.
NFL great, former Pittsburgh Steeler, 4-time Super Bowl champion. So he was in town. He's a former #1 NFL draft pick. So what advice does he have for Victor Wembanyama, who's most likely the #1 pick in the NBA? And will J.J. Watt sign a one-day contract to retire as a Houston Texan? Coming up. 19 players have been invited to the 2023 NBA draft to sit in the green room per ESPN. That includes 19-year-old Victor Wembanyama, the presumed #1 selection on June 22nd. Among others invited are Scoot Henderson and Brandon Miller. Now, the green room is a staging area in front of the draft podium where players, families, and agents wait while Commissioner Adam Silver calls out a player's name upon selection. Spurs 2022 first-round draft pick Jeremy Sohan knows all about the green room. Now, 1970, the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted Terry Bradshaw #1 overall. So what advice does he have for Wemby? We asked him today while Terry was attending a special event.
Lower your expectations. Come in, find your reference of peace, and work real hard. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the complaints. Do your job. You're being drafted #1 because you're really good. And you just don't make mistakes with the first pick in the draft. And I hear nothing but great things.
Speaking of great things, Bradshaw was in town to headline the Salvation Army's annual luncheon at the University of the Incarnate Word Sky Room, something near and dear to the 4-time Super Bowl champ.
Well, it's fun. I've done a lot of work with Salvation Army over my 40-something years of, retirement. And I've enjoyed every one of them. I don't know how many of these I've done. I bet 8 or 10 from New York City to San Francisco to all over the country. So I love it. I love what they do for the community and for young people, from homeless, for children. They got a heart and a passion, which I do.
Salvation Army Luncheon is a fundraiser with all money raised supporting programs benefiting local families in need.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Former Texans star defender J.J. Watt will be inducted into the Houston Texans Ring of Honor on October the 1st when they host the Pittsburgh Steelers at NRG Stadium. J.J.'s family, including Steelers linebacker T.J. Watt, will all be on hand for the special occasion. Now, back in February 2021, Watt requested and was granted his release from the Texans. He joined Arizona and played 2 seasons for the Cardinals before saying 2022 was his last in the NFL.
We had talked about this at that time of the release. I mean, obviously, we're going through a very tough time, a difficult time. And we knew that this day was going to come, that we were all going to reunite and come back together. As far as the one-day contract, like, I personally just don't really understand or see the reason for it. I mean, it's more of just a ceremonial piece of paper. I think that the Ring of Honor and all of that comes with it is more than enough. I think they've done it first class the whole way, and I appreciate that.
JJ is the 3rd member to join the Ring of Honor, along with Texans former owner Robert C. McNair and wideout Andre Johnson. San Antonio FC doesn't have much time to rest before playing San Diego Loyal SC tomorrow night. San Antonio drew El Paso Locomotive FC 2-2 Saturday night and will face San Diego just 4 days later. Now, 2 matches ago against San Diego and then last week versus El Paso, SAFC scored within the first 5 minutes of each match, and both times they walked away with a draw.
You know, like I said last week, it was really disappointing to tie that game after being up. You know, difficult circumstances with the red card, but you know, we still should have done better. And then, you know, didn't get a red card this week, but should have done better with the lead that we had. I felt like we had a decent amount of chances. You know, some offsides calls. That, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, going into San Diego, they're another really good team. It's going to be a battle, and it's a tough place to play. So we got to be ready, rest, recover, and, you know, get back into San Diego.
San Diego will host SAFC tomorrow at 9 p.m. local time. Josh Young is getting a lot of all-star votes after the break. Texas Rangers rookie Josh Young is currently 2nd in American League All-Star voting for 3rd baseman. Blue Jays 3rd bagger Matt Chapman is 1st with 475,322 votes. Young from MacArthur High School is 2nd with 470,836 votes. So less than 4,500 votes separate the two. Now look at their numbers side by side, and Young has the better stats in many categories. You can vote for Josh at MLB.com. All right, Rangers hosting the Angels tonight. Check out this sweet defensive play by Young. Top of the 2nd inning, Hunter Renfroe hits one on the ground. Young dives to his left for the ball, gets up and throws Renfroe out at first base. Dude continues to make his case for an all-star nod. So the Angels go on to beat the Rangers tonight 7-3, and the Astros beat the Nationals 6-1, picking up a game on the first place Rangers. In Texas League Baseball, the Missions lost at the Sod Poodles 10-2, and congratulations to the Vegas Golden Knights for winning the Stanley Cup tonight. They needed 5 games to do so.
With the Aces and now, you know, the Las Vegas Knights, I guess they're kind of becoming Championship City.
Championship City, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Adam was celebrating that earlier. We'll be right back.
Imagine all new hits from long gone artists. Paul McCartney told BBC radio producers that BBC radio producers used artificial intelligence to mix a new Beatles song using John Lennon's voice.
Now, it comes from a demo that he and McCartney worked on decades ago, obviously. McCartney said that engineers used AI to produce vocals on the track performed by a computer version of John Lennon. Now, the legendary living legend admitted in the interview that it's kind of scary what AI is capable of, and I have to agree with that. I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Adam.
It is going to be hot for the rest of the week. The AI forecast.
Hey, Jude, don't take it bad.
No, nowadays the AI has to say, hey, bro. Yeah, okay, sorry. Well, yeah, it's going to be hot. We'll be in the low triple digits. Get ready for it. And humid.
All right. Thank you. And that does it for us. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.